What's going on, guys? Amazing White here, back with another video. Today we're going to be going over possible units that can be coming soon on the global version of the game. So let's get into it. Alright, so I have 6 characters here on the top that I think are going to be probably coming soon, right? This is obviously speculation. We don't know exactly who's going to be coming first or whatever, but I'm assuming these 6 units will come out before Lost Vein Meliodas, so we have some time to save before then, right? All these units on JP did come out before Lost Vein, and so I'm just taking assumptions from what the JP version has done. So the first unit we're going to be going over is the Green Gloxinia. So this is the summonable version. So he's actually a pretty bad unit, guys. So when his banner does come, he's a pretty easy skip. And what I'm thinking is they drop him with the red Glox, which is actually a really he's actually way better than the green one. But overall, their kits, they aren't really that crazy. Like this Glox, he basically disables you from using rank 3 skills, and you can only use rank 1 skills, which is pretty good. And then he has the same card as Blue Elizabeth, where you can remove debuffs from allies, and then you can heal and remove debuffs, which is not even bad, and you get debuff immunity. Overall, red Glox is definitely the one you want to go for, but he is a coin shop unit, so if you don't want to summon on the banner, then feel free not to, because Green Glox, his kit's really bad. He has the bleed card, he has a disable attack skills, which is not bad, but overall, his kit increases the hero's defense related stats for each, I don't know, man. And yeah, it's Green Glox, from what I've seen on JP, is definitely a skip. But yeah, you'll pick him up eventually from the part 2 banner, so you don't really need to worry about Green Glox. Red Glox is a coin shop unit, so you'll eventually get him. But overall, if they do drop a Gloxinia banner, definitely a skip, guys. Just telling you guys right now. The next units I think will probably be coming after them will probably be the Estarosas. So what they did on the JP version of the game was they dropped both Estarosas in a banner. So they had the coin shop one and the non-coin shop one in the same banner, just as an incentive to summon. So it was a pretty good banner, other than the red Estarosa. Obviously, he's definitely the worst unit on the banner, right? So red Estarosa, you don't really want to get him. I kind of want him though, just for his main costume, because he does have the costume from the show. But other than that, red Estarosa doesn't really have anything going for him. He disables recovery skills for 2 turns. He inflicts extinction damage, which is basically ruin, right? So 20% damage per debuff. And then his commandment, after all allies and enemies receive damage, apply a debuff that decreases the attack related stats of the attacker. This commandment works really well with the green one, but the red one right here, it's not really that increases attack by 10% per debuff on the hero, but you're already lowering your attack related stats by 20% for 3 turns, right? So you're not even getting as much of a boost from his passive. If his passive was 20% or 25%, you might get a boost there, right? But with this, you're still losing out with the commandment taken into effect. But Estarosa as a character, he's pretty hype, right? A lot of people are going to summon for him, but overall, if they do a double banner with the green Estarosa and the red Estarosa, you want to go for the green one if you are summoning. But the green one is a coin shop unit, so just as a disclaimer, you don't need to summon just because you can pick him up from the coin shop, right? So for the green Estarosa, he's definitely the better one to pick up, right? So first passive, he removes debuffs and grants debuff immunity on an ally that assumes a stance for 2 turns, not applied to ultimate moves. So how that works is basically he can use his counter skill, and he won't receive the attack related stats debuff from his commandment, which is really good. And so he has a charge skill, 500% of attack on one enemy. Charge is a really good ability, ignores defense. And then his counter is the best stance in the game. So at level 3, it assumes a stance which taunts enemies for 2 turns and inflicts damage equal to 600% of attack via counter when attacked. And 600% of attack is the highest damage multiplier in the game for a regular card, right? The highest damage a card can do is 600%, and Estarosa is doing that on a counter, which is kind of insane. And I didn't go over their ultimates, but overall, this is a brand new ultimate exclusive to Estarosa, right? So he gets a preemptive attack stance before the allies receive damage. Deal 300% of this unit's attack to the enemy and nullify all other skill cards. So basically how this works is if the enemy attacks after you've already proc the ultimate, he basically cancels out that entire turn for the enemy, and you get off a free ultimate and basically counter the enemy, right? The Gloxinia ultimate, I didn't really go over this, but it inflicts ruin damage, and both Gloxes do provide debuffs, but ruin is a really bad ability. Weak point is just a better version, right? Honestly, this ultimate on Glox is pretty bad. But back to the Estarosas, if they do drop an Estarossa banner, it's probably going to be both Estarosas, right? That's what we've been seeing on global and the JP version of the game. Because recently with the global version, we've gotten the Melasculas, the dual Melascula banner. So I think what they're doing from now on is like double commandments, and they're doing the same commandment per banner, right? So they're going to probably do Gloxinia, Estarossa, and then the units are going to be going over after these guys, the Darriere and Darriere. So, but overall, Estarossa's banner is probably a skip for most people, right? Estarossa's banner is probably a skip because you could just pick up the better one from the coin shop, and the red Estarossa is really bad. So when you are summoning on this banner, you have a 50% chance of getting shafted and getting the red Estarossa. So definitely not worth, but yeah guys, definitely skip that banner if that does come into play. So for the Darrieres though, this is a little bit of a different situation, as the summonable Darriere is the best one of the two. So this is different from the Estarossa and Gloxinia situations where the coin shop unit was the better one. In this situation, the red Darriere is way better than the green one, right? So we go over red Darriere skills. So she inflicts damage equal to 600% of attack on one enemy, and as I said earlier, the 600% multiplier is the highest damage multiplier on a single card, not an ultimate, right? So this multiplier is going to be insane with what Darriere can do, right? So for her passive, she increases attack by 10% when the hero uses a skill. The buff goes away when no skills are used on the turn. So basically, as long as Darriere is using an attack or a skill card on that turn, she's going to be getting an increased attack by 10%, which is really nice. For her second skill, she has the same skill as the SR Aaron we just got in global. So it increases basic stats by 50% for 3 turns and gains evasion for 1 turn, which basically makes it so Darriere has a ton of like buffs, right? And her ultimate is the first amplify ultimate, which is kind of insane, and it scales through the ultimate through the buffs that she gets, right? So overall, red Darriere is probably the next like major probably summon, but you still shouldn't. And the reason is because red Darriere is most likely going to be on the Lost Vein banner, assuming that red Darriere comes out before Lost Vein Meliodas, right? What I'm thinking is that Darriere is going to drop with the green one, and the green one is basically Green Merlin but a little bit worse. So if we go over her, she has a deplete ultimate move gauge, same card as Merlin, and she fills ultimate move gauge by 2 and does AoE. So it's basically the Escanor attack but AoE. And then yeah, so ultimate move gauge will not be filled when the enemies move skills, so that's against the enemy, right? And then I didn't go over her commandment, but decreases the damage dealt by ranged attacks of allies and enemies in PvP by 35%. So applies when entering battle, does not affect ultimate moves. So overall, the Darriere banner, it's up to your judgment, right? Like if you want to summon for the red Darriere and pick her up early, definitely you can. But red Darriere is gonna be in the Part 2 SSR ticket banner, and so what I'm planning on doing is saving the rest of my Part 2 SSR tickets till she's in the Part 2 pool, right? And I have a chance at pulling her. So that's definitely the best situation you want to like go for if you're free to play or a light spender, because red Darriere's banner is probably gonna be really bad, right? Alright, so that's basically going over everything, guys. Just these are some units that I feel like are going to be coming up soon on the global version of the game, and hopefully we have these units come out before Lost Vein, so we have that time to save, because you guys need to be saving for Lost Vein Meliodas, man. Once you get Lost Vein Meliodas, you'll understand, right? He's going to be super meta defining. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.